Hi, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a quick speed build of this house that I saw on Facebook. I'll put up a picture here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that was the inspiration. Just saw it, felt like I wanted to build it, so here we are. I did try to make this house a micro home instead of a tiny home, but it was just so difficult to try and get the stairs in. Like, you'll see me struggle for a little while trying to get it to like work. If we had spiral staircases, I would have used those, but we don't. So on the plus side, we are getting painted ceilings, or at least it looks like we're getting painted ceilings, which I'm very much looking forward to, as this particular build has a little balcony in the bedroom area, and I think it would have just been nicer if it had an actual ceiling instead of just the plain white. I hate that plain white. Like, it makes sense in some builds, but there's plenty of others where it just doesn't, and I'm assuming they realize that because it's like the barn and stuff. It would make no sense for a barn to have like a white ceiling. So speaking of the new pack, what do we all think? I would love to know your opinions on the horse pack. I'm not massively a horse person, but what I am is someone who likes to play rich Sims and rich people have horses, so when that comes out you can expect most likely either another speed build or another like let's build. It would be more of like an English estate is what I want to go for. I know obviously that's literally the exact opposite, right? It's American ranching, but I want to do English stuff because I'm English. So yeah, I'm thinking of going for like a stately home kind of thing with like just a nice horse area, because, you know, I don't know anything about being rich. I'm not rich. I'm very working class, but as far as I know, rich people have horses. So yeah, look forward to that whenever the horse pack comes out, or rather whenever I get round to doing it because I'm probably going to be busy with the gameplay as well, because it looks really interesting. I'm very interested in the nectar brewing. I never really did that in The Sims 3, but I am really interested in more ways to make money, and also more things to fill up my rich people houses, because yeah, that's another staple of rich people houses, is like having a wine cellar and stuff. And they have items that you can make like a fake one, but if I can make a real one, then yeah, I can have a real wine cellar with like actual aged wine. I'm interested because they said you can, you know, they said you can age the nectar that you make and stuff, and it will increase simoleons. So I'm kind of interested, like, what does that mean? Like, can you age it forever? Because I don't know anything about winemaking in real life, so I don't know if it's like, oh yeah, after like 50 years it's going to be gross or something. And also, how long in The Sims does that count as? You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, a day is 24 minutes. So like, how long is a year? Is technically, you know, 365 days, but that's like, Sims live and die in that age. So I'm like, what? How long does it count? Like, how long before it stops getting any more like better or like more expensive? Because if I can have it for like a 10 generations let's play, or like a 10 generation legacy, and have it still be really expensive by the end of that sounds amazing. So I would like that, but I have a feeling it will most likely be like after a certain period of time it won't get any better regardless of how long you leave it. I don't know how long that will end up being. But anyway, getting back onto the build for a minute. At the moment, what I can see anyway is I'm struggling to figure out the bathroom. I've done bathrooms in a similar shape before, but usually they're like flat rather than that got that little corner piece, and that kind of threw it off. Because usually if you do like a 1x3 bathroom, you would have the door in the middle in the center, and then you'd have the shower right where the door is, and then either a sink or a toilet on the left and the right. And that will function because the single tiled shower is big enough that they can walk over it and things. So I did do some playtesting. Everything in this house works. I made sure. You can see that we are in live mode now, or not live mode, but we have an actual sim living there. So she was able to test everything out for me. I also tried to go for like a more limited pack build. I didn't to begin with, but then I was like, yeah, I haven't done a limited pack build in a while. So I think the only packs in this are obviously the base game, seasons, university, and get together. And the reason I did get together is because get together has the best columns in the game. I will not be taking opinions on this this at the moment. I will not be taking questions or comments at this time because you cannot convince me that there's anything other better than those columns from Get Together. They're just plain, square, they come in good colors, you know, they come in black, white, various shades of brown, all that kind of thing. They're way smaller than everything else. They are the best. They are the best in the whole game. I also decided that I wanted to do like this siding, right? But I did want the siding with the little black edge because I thought that went up nicer. But there's no matching plane swatch for that, and I didn't want the top floor to have the same like black column things. I wanted it just to be plain, but they don't have just a plain option. They've only got other colors and stuff, and it's like, what? Why can't I just have a plain? And I spent ages trying to get it to like line up and stuff, but no, they're just the wrong size. So unfortunately I had to use this one that I do like it. I just don't like it as much as I like the other one, but maybe I use that one too much anyway, so maybe it's for the best. I also decided to put this on the smallest lot because it's kind of ridiculous when you have a teeny tiny house like this on a giant lot, but I also wanted to have a lot of room that you could make it bigger if you wanted to. This one is on the gallery because I actually like it for once, so there's plenty of room to grow and things like that, and you could make it bigger and actually a real house and stuff. But I also wanted it to seem like we didn't have that full lot, like not all of it belonged to us. So later on I do put in a fence, or not a fence, it's a hedge fence just to make it seem as if the part of the lot that we have is actually smaller, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would we have this teeny tiny house on this giant lot? So yeah, I made it so that it looks like we only have about half or just under half of the lot. I would love to have some smaller lots in this game. Like, I think 20 by 15 is small, but give me like a 10 by 10. Give me a teeny tiny baby lot. I don't see us ever getting them. Like, how long did it take us just to get 64 by 64 lots? So I'm not expecting us to get any smaller lots. I kind of wonder if the new pack is gonna have bigger lots, because it's supposed to have 12 in total, I think. Something like that, but I'm not sure what size those lots are. So it's like, are they going to be really big, like loads of 50 by 50, 64 by 64, that kind of thing? I doubt it, but that is what I'm like hoping for, just because if you're building a ranch and things like that, then you know you need a lot of land and a lot of space to be able to train your horses and stuff and be able to, you know, do the things you want to do. So I'm hoping there's at least a few big lots, and that those lots aren't taken up by townies and things like that, because I know some people, me included, for a long time, I've only recently gotten over this, struggle with like evicting townies and stuff, because it just makes me feel bad. I'm such a little bitch sometimes. Like, I can't even pick the mean dialogue options because I just feel too bad. I always try, like, oh yeah, this time I'm gonna do the villain run, I'm gonna do a bad run, and then I just feel too bad, and I end up giving up on doing that. So yeah, not for me, but yeah, for that reason, I would like there to be some empty, or at least, even if there's a house on the lot, I would at least like there to not be anyone living there, so I don't feel bad about evicting them. Does anyone else feel like that? Please tell me I'm not alone in feeling bad about evicting Sims. Maybe it's because I live in a rented house, and the idea of just being evicted for no reason, I didn't do anything wrong, they just decided I don't get to live here anymore, is a bit of a touchy subject for me. So maybe that's why I hate it so much. But either way, I hope that we do get some big lots, but I have a feeling they're going to be like the normal, you know, 40 by 30 kind of lots. Either way, we're coming up towards the end of the build now. I'm just putting in giant trees to kind of fill up as much of the space as possible. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to quickly pop into game, and I'll show you around, because I thought about doing pictures, but it turns out that doing pictures is less than ideal when there's only 2-3 rooms in the whole house. It's quite hard to get good photos. Also, it's really difficult to get good photos in such a teeny tiny space. It's really challenging to not like have the wall cutting into it, or have some random thing, or you can't see everything because it's such a small it was a total ball ache. So I was just like, no, I'll give you a tour. But before we get into that, I just really quickly wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone for getting me over 100 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but to me it's a huge milestone, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for that, and here's to the next 100. Woo! Alright, here we are back in game, and here is our lovely tiny house. I'm really pleased with how it came out. I think it looks really cute. The only thing that I wish is that this terrain paint didn't just harshly end on the edge, and also, try as I might, I could not find the terrain paint that matches the one that's in the world naturally. It really pisses me off when they do that, when they put down terrain paint but they won't give me the matching one, because it just makes mine look a bit more placed in rather than it's part of the natural world. So yeah. So first up we have our living room, kitchen, dining room, everything room. Very small. Unfortunately I couldn't put a lot of clutter in this because they need at least one surface to be completely clear so they can actually cook on it, and all the others are filled up, so we couldn't get any clutter unfortunately. But I have a little dining table here. I thought because we were using seasons I would put the thermometer in. We have a little bookshelf and trash can. This does work, I tested it. She does prefer to like clear plates here. She'll prefer to go outside, but if it's full she can empty it and stuff like that, so no problems there. Then we have the little bathroom here. Like I said, this does definitely work because I did test it. So yeah, she'll just come in here. She can use the toilet, which is fine, use the sink. All of this is all good. I just realized I forgot a mirror. I'm gonna put it in now, but it doesn't matter, it's not gonna be in the one in the gallery. Cool, we'll just add that one in. Lovely, excellent. But yeah, other than that, that is the little bathroom. And then we come upstairs and we have this seasons bed, which I think matched the picture so well for what it showed. I know that it obviously nothing else does, but the bed does, so I was like, okay, we're gonna go for that. We have a tiny dresser with another mirror upstairs, little chess table. I think you saw in the video I did have a normal table out here, but I was like, we need to add more things to do, especially because there's no like TV or anything in here. There's also a speaker out here, and that will be fine to be out here because it is a covered porch, so it won't get like wet in the rain and stop working or anything. So then we have this nice little garden area. I am obsessed with this hedge. I've never used it before, but I really like how it came together. But we have this nice little grill area, bench, some outdoor seating. We have some gardening, and I threw in the bee box just because I thought it would be nice. It comes with seasons, so it makes sense to use it. But yeah, I thought it turned out really nicely. With the landscaping, I just kind of wanted it to look more like as it blends in with the world. Like, we don't own these trees, they're trees that are here, you know. And also I really wish there was a bush that matched this exactly, but there isn't, so I just went with this one. I spent ages trying to find something that made sense, but I just couldn't do it. So this comes in at 19,178 simoleons. It is on the gallery, like I said. Everything is fully functional as far as I'm aware, but deep apologies if it's not. With all that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. It really does mean the absolute world to me, so thank you again. I hope you had fun. I did. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!